The first thing tyrants do is disarm their own populations whom they don't trust or care for, so they can have total control. So it's not surprising that Justin Trudeau in Canada has done that. He's banned firearms. Why is this happening, and why is no one saying anything? Well, for a new episode of Tucker Carlson today, we spoke to Canadian hockey legend Theo Fleury about Justin Trudeau, and he explained just how bad it is right now in Canada. Tell us about Justin Trudeau. Who is Justin Trudeau?
He is the worst of the worst that Canada has to offer. He has no substance. He has no soul. He doesn't care about humanity. He only cares about himself and power, right? And it's very disappointing because
So he's riding on a famous name for our viewers who aren't aware of this. Yeah. His dad was prime minister.
Yeah. And I don't believe he's running the country. I believe that there's certain entities that have infiltrated our country and have taken over. I believe he's being blackmailed by these entities. And
can I ask you to pause right there? And I want to play a clip from him that suggests maybe the identity of one of these entities. It's number 5. And here's Justin Trudeau explaining that he admires the, quote, dictatorship in communist China.
The level of admiration I actually have for China, because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime.
So you don't often hear politicians admit in public that they admire, quote, the dictatorship in China. He just said that. Yeah,
and that's been the narrative the whole entire way. And you know, actions speak louder than words, Tucker, right? And what we're seeing now is that clip is now being played out in Canada. He wants to be a dictator. He wants to have full control of everything that we do, right? But you know, from a psychological perspective, if you dig into Justin Trudeau's history, he's a very traumatized human being that has done absolutely zero work on himself.
Huh? In what sense is he traumatized?
Well, look at his life as a child. He hung around with communists his whole entire childhood, right? So, you know, in the field of psychology, we know that there's a reason for the behavior, and that behavior is a learned behavior from childhood. So he learned about all this stuff as a child, and so as he's coming up, you know, as an adult, and then now, you know, he's in a position of power, that's what happens.